Wednesday evening, friends and neighbors. Tessuigi at the desk with saving Mike Trout. Taking a look at one of the other players we have saved from ignominy and going ringless in our work. Jim Thome, who is having a late season or late career resurgence. 1.1 wins above replacement, on pace for 1.8. On track for 30 home runs, which would be the most he's had in a single season since 2010. Oh, since 2008. And yeah, I have been pleasantly surprised with how he's turned out. Not so pleasantly surprised to have given him an extension for $10 million for his age 44 season. Thank you, Marty Moreno. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I intentionally set the involvement to interfering because that's what we have to do if we're going to be the Angels. Fun little chaos monkey involvement there. We'll see if he also extends the latest acquisition from the Phillies. For some reason, we keep picking on the Phillies. Roy Halladay. He was on the trading block, and we picked him up 1-for-1 for CJ Cron, who is now out with a fractured thumb. So it'll be interesting to see if Cron can deliver on his promise with the Phillies. We're pretty good at first base between Pujols and Thome and other guys in the organization, so I'm not too fussed. We are currently leading the American League West. We're on a 10-game win streak at this point. Holy snot boogers. Funny thing is, this isn't the first 10-game win streak we've had in this season. Or am I confusing myself? I am confusing myself with a different franchise. Anyways, interleague play, we're hosting the Marlins. Let's take a look at some of the other teams who are doing well. The Detroit Tigers, even with their starting shortstop out. Verlander still doing gangbusters. Scherzer having a down year. Fister doing well. Miguel Cabrera doing Miguel Cabrera things. Twins not too far off, though. The Twins, current employers of Alex Rodriguez and Josh Hamilton. The Blue Jays, best team in the American League. With those bats, that is not surprising. They got Kuroda? They traded for Hiroki Kuroda from the Yankees for Arodys Vizcaíno. Okay, that's a steep price, I think, but you know what? That's a fun move, and I will never begrudge the Blue Jays for making fun moves. The current Bork rule participant would be Darren Oliver, but he's not moving anywhere because he's got a no trade clause or 10-5. He's got an extension, and the Blue Jays are doing well. So at age 43, he might finally pick up his ring. Good for him. Texas, St. Louis. Back to Texas, Boston, Colorado. Hasn't been a starter for the last few years until he went to Toronto and immediately started delivering top talent results. Go figure. The Nationals doing well over in the NL East. Mets, Braves, and even the Marlins all nipping at their heels, though. Hello, Bryce Harper. Man, having him and Trout on the same team would be absolutely ridiculous. Strasburg doing well. The whole rotation has been doing fantastic for these guys. And they got Holland in to slam the door out of the bullpen. Giolito coming up. Already has a sub-1 ERA. The Redlegs continue to be a menace. Joey Votto goated in this save. They gave him a pile of money to go with it. Looks like Johnny Cueto's back. Okay, that might be a free agent worth spending some cash on if we end up in that situation. And finally, the Giants. A lot of talent in California. These guys on their even year BS. Pablo Sandoval, Melky Cabrera, Brandon Belt. And of course, Madison Bumgarner, Matt Cain. Our old friend Chris Capuano. He was on our team in 2012. And Iwakuma coming in from Seattle. Interesting. Anyways, I have no idea when Doc's going to be doing the raid-in, so no more stalling, lineup intros, please enjoy. And now the starting lineup for your Anaheim Angels. Batting first, the shortstop, number 9, Gene Segura. Batting second, the designated hitter, number 33, Daniel Descalso. Batting third, the center fielder, number 27, Mike Trout. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 5, Albert Pujols. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 4, Alex Gordon. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 2, Aaron Hill. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 56, Cole Calhoun. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 8, Randall Grichuk. Batting ninth, the catcher, number 16, Hank Conger. And tonight's starting pitcher, the right-hander, number 34, Roy Halladay. Real talk, at some point, I need to do a proper Blue Jay save, and Roy Halladay is the player we are trying to save from ignominy in that. I mean, we did it with the Flying Purple Baseball Beaters. He's a Denver boy, after all. And now with an 11-game win streak on the line, Christian Yelich, fly ball to right, Calhoun will make the grab. Roy has impressed. Took a couple of games, but he has successfully recombobulated to his new team. Called strike 3. Splitter. Impressing. Here's Mike Moustakas. Coming over from, I believe he would be coming over from the Royals at this point. Yep, acquired last offseason. Now the first baseman, Hanley Ramirez. Back-to-back walks issued by Halladay. That'll bring up Chris Coughlin. Grounded to first, scooped by Pujols, and dropped by Halladay. Oh no. How could you miss? He was 3 feet in front of you. Bases loaded, 2 down for Donovan Solano, the shortstop. Grounded to Segura. On to first. Inning over. Bruce Chen, the starter for the Marlins. Free agent acquisition in the offseason, coming over from the Mets. Done well so far for the Fishmen. Segura pops this up. This is going foul. An easy grab for the catcher, Brett Hayes. Descalso getting a rare start at DH. Jim Thome taking a seat because of the platoon splits. And Danny D parks this in right center field. Little lefty-on-lefty violence. And an extra base hit. Yelich not exactly known for being the best defender either, but Okay, this is his rookie season, and he is kicking butt. Speaking of kicking butt, Mike Trout grounds it right back to Bruce Chen, who throws it on to first. With the second out of the inning, they will walk Albert Pujols to deal with Alex Gordon instead. I mean, Gordon's been having an atrocious season, so I can't blame him. Honestly, I wouldn't be upset if Gordon pops his opt-out. Fly ball to left in front of Grichuk. Greg Dobbs DHing here. 1-2 on the way from Halladay. Called strike or swing and a miss, strike three. Dotted the eye with a fastball there. 1-2 on the way to Brett Hayes. Off the end of the bat to right. Drops in front of Calhoun. He might have lost it in the sun. First and second for Yelich with one away. Yelich beaten by Halladay again. Full count on Stanton. Line to right. This one's picked by Calhoun. Hill, Calhoun, Grichuk now against Chen. Hill grounded to third. Stockis with a clean play. Calhoun swings and misses. So they signed Michael Young. Impressive. Giancarlo Stanton before the injuries absolutely wreck him. Basically, he is the NL version of Jim Thome, and much younger. 47 home runs in the first season of this save. 34 last season. Grichuk works the two-out walk. That'll bring up Hank Conger. Moving to a backup position. That's fly ball to the left. That'll hang up for Coughlin. 2 down. Or 2 away here. Scoreless. Stockis lined sharply to right field. Cut off by Calhoun, who was playing up the line. Here's Ramirez, the first baseman. Called strike three. Curveball froze him, but good. That is a 3-6-3 double play off the bat of Coughlin. Lovely defensive play there by Pujols. Segura laces this to right. That hangs up long enough for Stanton. Descalso with the Angels' only hit so far. Strikeout victim. Here's Mike Trout now. Full count. They walked him. Trout's only taken 20 walks this season? No, that doesn't make sense. He got 59, yeah. Oh no, those Chen's 20th walk. Oh, okay. Slow down, Tasuiji. You might misread something. Pujols to the deepest part of the park and carrying and caught. Ah. Drill to center field. Trout scoots over and makes the grab. Here's Michael Young. Trout starting at center field because Rusney Castillo is hurt. Little tapper. Halladay fields it cleanly. 1-2 on the way to Dobbs. Lined to Hill. Halladay and Hill, former Blue Jays teammates, reunited here in Anaheim. Alex Gordon rockets this to right. That'll fall in front of Stanton. The wind must have knocked it down. Leadoff single for Alex Gordon. Aaron Hill grounds to short. That'll be a sacrifice play. Solano will just throw on to first. Calhoun now, the right fielder. 1-2 on the way. Chopper up the middle. And dropped by the first baseman, Hanley Ramirez. Or an error on Solano. Runners at the corners for Grichuk now. RBI opportunity.
Strike 3.
Swings and misses on a pitch well inside. And Conger deep to left field. And caught by Coughlin. Scoreless through 4 here at Angel Stadium. Halladay deserves better. Leadoff man Yelich, third time through the lineup. Swung out of his shoes, give me the cutter, good doctor. 2-2 on the way to Stanton. Popped up on the infield, Pujols ranging over. 2 down. Sorry, 3 down. My goodness, I'm losing count here. Third time through the lineup now for Chen. Segura off his hands will muscle this into right field. Hitting streak alive for Segura. And he'll take off to second without a throw. Danny D, bouncer to second. Throw is on to first. Runner at third, 1 away for Trout. Belted high and deep to center field, and that one will bounce on the warning track. A loud double by Mike Trout gives the Angels the lead. First run of the game for either club. They pitch to Pujols. That's going to back up Solano. They're going to try and get the out at third. No dice. Fielder's choice. Pujols aboard safely. Gordon now with runners at the corners. Checked swing. Hayes able to gobble the ball up. And Pujols gets picked off first for the second out. That could have been a sacrifice fly if Pujols had just stayed stapled to the base. What were you doing? Oh, hey, Cardinal fan. Did not see you there. Mostly because I had my chat window minimized. Oops. Clean play by Segura. 1 down here. Drill to left center field. That'll be extra bases for Hanley Ramirez. Scooped by Trout. Throw is into Segura. Hanram with a 1-out double. 100th hit of the season. Here's Coughlin. Tries to advance the runner. No dice. Oh, Calhoun will throw is offline. Ramirez does advance. Pinch hitter here, Jose Reyes. I guess he's normally their shortstop or their second baseman. Halladay wants to get out of the jam. Grounded to first. Pujols unassisted. Inning over. All right, D-Row is unavailable. Who do I trust most? Let's go with Dotel. An infield single for Aaron Hill. That thing barely got in front of home plate. Calhoun popped up to center field. Long run in for Yelich, but he'll make the grab for the first out in the bottom of the 6th. Additional action in the bullpen. As Casey Jansen gets loose. Mike Dunn taking over. on the mound for Bruce Chen. He'll get Grichuk to pop up. Stockus makes the grab. Here's Conger now. And that one's going to squirt past Hayes. Pass, or a wild pitch on Dunn. Full count to Conger. Strikeout victim. Dotel enters the game. If he runs into trouble, Jansen will be right behind him. Chop back to the pitcher's mound. Easy play there for Dotel. One away. Here's Greg Dobbs. 1-2 on the way. Another hit back to the pitcher. 2 straight tappers. Three ground ball outs, all soft contact. Heck of an appearance by Dotel. Kevin Jepson, former Angel, was non-tendered during the offseason and wound up double clutch play there by Young. Another infield hit for Segura. Signed with the Marlins, and I guess he worked it out there. And Segura caught in a rundown. Uh-oh. And he's out. Whoops. Pinch hitter for Descalso, Jim Tomei.
Strike 3.
He swings and misses. Here's Trout now. Bounce to third. Moustakis' throw was on the money. 1-2-3 inning. Effectively. Casey Jansen getting the top of this lineup. Let's see how Jitters here does. Swing and a miss. Yelich with 3 strikeouts on the day. Here's Giancarlo Stanton. Wonder if he still went by Mike at this point. Back-to-back Ks. Sean Burnett gets loose in the bullpen. Moustakis, fly ball. Hill tracking it down in shallow right field. Inning over. Edward Mujica will face Pujols, Gordon, and Hill. Pujols getting shifted on here. Tries to punch this the other way, and Ramirez is too good of a fielder to let that happen. Alex Gordon now. Woof! Alex Gordon high and deep to right. Never mind. Where the hell has that been all season? Fifth home run of the season. 108 mile per hour exit velo, and it shows. 2-0 Anaheim. Aaron Hill grounds out to Moustakis for the second out here in the bottom of the 8th. Cole Calhoun getting to face a righty for the first time today. And he's going to lace this to right, but right at Stanton. Sean Burnett enters the game to deal with 4-5-6 here for the Marlins. Burnett, 6 saves on the season, sub-1 ERA. Kevin Youkilis pinch hitting here. I think in the real world he's already scooted off to Japan at this point. I could be wrong. Flare to left. Grichuk makes the grab. 2 down. Reyes, who took over at shortstop. Ball game. Angels take this one 2-0. A combined 4-hitter. Halliday gives up all 4 of those hits. And the rest, they say, is all over for the shouting. I am mixing my metaphors painfully on that one. So that's 11 wins in a row. All right, trade proposal. Matt Thornton for Paul Fry. I mean, that is helpful. Question is, who do we give up? Burley's got an opt-out, and I wouldn't be surprised if he pops it given that he's out of the rotation. Do we send down Richards then? By Paul Fry and Ben Boom for Papelbon. We do not need Johnny Paps. We already have David Robertson locked up as our closer. So this is the second offer that the Royals have tried to send Matt Thornton, their lefty specialist, to us. Meanwhile, they got Kelvin Herrera just in their middle relief. I mean, I'd take Kelvin if he's available. You got Paul Janish at third when he's really a shortstop. Lorenzo Cain getting paid, sticking around. Eric Hosmer, ditto. Wow, the Royals spending money. What a concept. Do I really want Matt Thornton? No, not going to pull the trigger on it. Not yet, anyway. Let's at least get to the deadline. And the winning streak ends at 11 games. Yankees want to send us Jones and Marshall. I mean, Andrew would be kind of funny to be our center fielder, not gonna lie. Take over for Bernardina and Rusney. I know why they want to do it too. It's because we sent them Peter Borges, but that's a steep price. All right, Mariners, Guillermo Moscoso. No, that's a terrible deal. Yankees want to send Camarena. Did this guy turn into a... Alright, this is the guy who hit the home run in San Diego. And Denny Coulombe for Hanrahan. I mean, Coulombe might turn into something, but I don't see the value. I'm allowed to be choosy. Andrew Bailey and Eric Johnson for Paul Fry. Ramon Ramirez and for Adrianza and Ben Boom. I mean, Ben Boom is going to be coming up to the majors next season, most likely. Conger, I think, has played his way out of a team. I mean, Marson has fallen off a cliff, too. We got Marson for the defense, and he has been stellar on that front. 30% runners thrown out. Yes, please, and more. Jared Parker with a complete game shutout of us. So we lost the series to Oakland. Chad Durbin, no. Scoso for front, no. All right, let's start the deadline day and see what my dunce of an owner is going to try and do. Anything marked as discussed that we are offering, that's something my owner is trying to do behind my back. Which I do not appreciate. Hey, old friend Cody Allen. And Lucas Sims for Taylor Jungmann. Interesting deal there. Brian Shaw to Milwaukee. Brian Shaw as a starter off to Milwaukee. Along with Yolmer Sanchez for Mitch Haniger. That's a tasty trade. Nesto Frieri for Mike Hauschild. Nationals sending Giolito, Lane Adams, and Estevez to the Orioles for Adam Jones. Jimmy Garcia, Jacob Junis, and Cash. All right, so we're seeing some interesting deals going on here. Swisher to the Rockies for Arenado? Ooh. Oh, I think the Rockies just got robbed here. Nolan Arenado is going to be a Pittsburgh Pirate instead of a Colorado Rocky. That just changed the face of that franchise. I guess the open question is, what do we actually need right now? Offense has been a little wobbly, but that's in part and parcel because Alex Gordon has turned into a pumpkin. I mean, defensively he's been fantastic, but the offense just has not shown up. Pitching's been solid. We already acquired Aaron Hill. We don't need a second baseman. We've got Pujols. We got Segura. Gordon, I'm hoping pops his opt-out, but I'm not going to like list him for trade or anything. We could look at a catcher upgrade, moving off from Conger and getting someone else, or we go for a big center fielder. Aw, Leonis Martinez disruptive in this save? Boo. Okay, Ryan Sweeney as a defensive option. There's choices here. Russell Martin's available. Who the Astros don't want anyone. Okay. Miguel Montero just has not been able to hit. AJ Ellis has been fantastic for the Dodgers. I wouldn't mind a cross LA move there. All right, so put a pin in that. That might be our option. I'd rather have him over Rene Rivera. All right, we got trade offers. JP Howell, that's a no. Hang on a second. Let me say not interested. And no. Phillies want to send us Antonio Bastardo. Right. Adrian Zenbemboom, that's a no. And my owner wants to acquire Corey Lupke from Yeah, we gotta stay on top of our owner. He's gonna do stuff like that. That's our Marty, for better or worse. Chase Headley doing well, but question is, I don't think we can trade away Alex Gordon. That would be an admission that I boofed it on the... Wow, Eric Chavez is available for cheap. On the free agent contract. Robinson, cancel. Cancel what? Alright, I think the deal to make is, with the Dodgers. Let's see who they want for AJ Ellis. Calhoun, Hill, Garrett Richards, or Ryu? Can't trade away Hill. We traded for him, and as a result, he is untouchable. Richards is supposed to be one of our top starters going forward. He's in the bullpen right now, but yeah, I don't see a pathway to that. Maybe if we throw them a Paul Fry? Nope. Okay, let's try going with Minnesota. See who they want for Rene Rivera. Oh, that's a little more manageable. Can't trade Wade Davis. Because we traded for him. Alright, Walden might be what we do. He deserves to be playing in the majors. That said, let's do a shop around. Let's eat money. Let's see who we can get contract-wise. Or catcher-wise. And JP Arancibia looks tanned. Josh Tolley is only good at catching knuckleballers, after all. Old man David Ross, currently with the Giants. He's having a decent year. Brandon Nimmo. Wow. Heading to the Royals. Already a decent offensive stud. And Renato Nunez for Lorenzo Cain. So the Mets said, hey, you gave him that extension? Fine, we'll take him. Yoink. Let's shop Walden and Conger. Eat money on both. And let's look at center fielders. Can we get a defensive stud at center? Vernon Wells, yeah, we're not doing that mistake again. Den Decker, no. Alright, let's see if Throwing in Conger improves the catcher situation. All right, it looks like we're going to be trading for Rene Rivera. Let's at least avoid eating money. And see if we can get something else from these guys. Like, there's no way they're going to let us have Aaron Hicks, right? Yeah. Benny Rev's got an extension, so we're not going to bother with that. All right, what about Denard Span? Ah, over budget for next year. Okay, that's not happening. I really want the comedy option here of going after A-Rod, but something tells me that's not going to happen. Let's see if we can get... Wow, their prospect pool is slim pickings. All right, we're not going to include Conger. We're just going to do straight up Walden for Rivera. Ding! Again with Chad Durbin. Leave me alone. Mets making another move. Paul Sewald and Nestor Cortez. Ooh, that's a steal. Go into the Padres for Nick Vincent and Matt Dominguez. Dominguez as a huge bat, though. That's a get for the Mets. Let's go take a look. Shop a player. See if anyone wants Conger. What if I eat money? The Brewers want us to give us Vernon Wells. Buddy, we traded him away. He had a fantastic up year for us. Went to the Dodgers, turned into a pile of laundry. Okay, I guess Conger is just gonna get optioned. Yep. Down he goes. Let's see. Clay Rapata. I am even less interested in this guy. I'd love for my owner to stop trying to go behind my back. David Hernandez and Dominic Leone to the Twins. They've been active. Player trade, trading block. Show me fielding ratings. Who do the Guardians want for Sweeney? All right. There's our new center fielder. Doot. And he's got a little bit of reverse splits too, so... Now, as previously mentioned, in order to complete the Bork rule, we need the oldest player who does not currently have a ring on our team. And Darren Oliver has a no trade clause and says no thank you. Which means we might have to look at Bobby. We traded him away to San Fran. He'd basically be a DH. No, I think we're just gonna not go for the Bork rule. The available candidate says he doesn't want to bother with us. Fine, whatever. Why is Jim Thome back up at shortstop? Why is that not Freddie Galvis? Maybe we do need to call Grichuk back up. Now let's send down Descalso, call up Grichuk. Force start Thome to DH. I don't want him anywhere else, but apparently my manager wants to put Thome at shortstop and second base. At age 43, Sosha, what are you doing? Okay, so maybe we need to go get a second infielder just to get my owner off my case. Elias Diaz, Luis Perdomo, and Randall Delgado to Kansas City. All right, all infielders. I mean, Janish is available. Not for Calhoun or Richards, though. We'll see if the price is just too high to make some of these moves. Maybe we look down here to the lesser positions. I mean, Alcides Escobar is going to be a pending free agent. Yeah, let's do it. And he'll DH against lefties. Good, good. I mean, we're not going to extend him, but at least he's a capable up-the-middle infielder. I think that's it. So Bernardina played well. Ooh, Toronto comes to town. Does Halliday beat his old team? Yes, he does. All right, some updates from the minors. Let's do this one. CJ Wilson versus Hiroki Kuroda. And let's give Rene Rivera the start. Trout, tired, will not be starting today's game. So we'll put Tommy DHing Grichuk to left. Debuts for both Ryan Sweeney, or debut for Rene Rivera. And I forgot, the Blue Jays have Justin Morneau, part of the reason why they are such a dangerous club. Speaking of Justin Morneau, there he is on second. Encarnacion. Easy play for Sweeney. Here's the lunchbox hero, Travis Snyder. Strikeout victim. Nice play by Encarnacion. Segura to third for Pujols. First and second, 2 down for Snyder again. Ooh. Curveball froze him, but good. Pujols standing at second with a 1-out double. Here's Calhoun. Talk about regression from last season. Jeez. Like just casually losing 40 points off your OPS plus. I'm left scratching my head going, well, which is the real Cole Calhoun then? Jake Marisnik has been called up. That is a dominant center fielder. Yikes. Probably just as frustrating as Peter Borges, though, but... Morneau to right field. Calhoun tracks it down, closing the gap. Throw is going to be cut off. Marisnik will tag up and make it to third. Encarnacion will rocket one into shallow left field. And the Blue Jays take a 1-0 lead. Potential ALCS preview here. That's off the end of the bat. That's going to be off the wall. Good hit there by Travis Snyder. Encarnacion chugging around third. Will try to score. He will do so without a throw. 2-0 Blue Jays. Gordy Dougie himself, Brett Laurie. Lined into right field. And a quick mound visit with C.J. Wilson to try and calm him down. There we go. Sometimes you got to be judicious with those, or more proactive with the mound visits. Derek Richards getting loose in the bullpen. Angels need to figure out the offense, and quick. Segura with a leadoff triple. That'll work!
Strike 3.
Jim Tomei to right field. Picked up by Travis Snyder. Segura does not go. Pujols to left center field. Tracking it down is Marisnik. C.J. Wilson's day is over. Garrett Richards into the game. 2-out runner on second for Laurie. Hit the opposite way, screaming line drive. And Laurie's going to pick himself up another RBI. 4-0 Toronto. I am so happy for them.
Strike 3.
To stretch time we go. Angels down 4-0. Mark Burley getting loose. Rene Rivera getting things started against Nate Carnes. He'll find himself standing at second. Segura 2 for 2 today. Strikeout victim against Carnes. There's Gordon. Line to right center field. That was a screamer. Runners at the corners for Tomei. Popped up to right field. Snyder will collect it. Rivera will chug home. There goes the shutout. Sac fly Tomei. The 1-1 zooms right through Albert Pujols and gets to the backstop. Grounded to third. Laurie's throw on the money. Burley in here in the top of the ninth. Gives up a solo home run to Edwin Encarnacion, his 25th of the season. And the Angels take this, or lose this one 5-1 to the Blue Jays. And we won the other two games, that's fine. Halladay in Philly. And Tomei back in Philly. Oh, we gotta play this one. We just gotta. Against Eric Stultz. So let's think about this. I want Pujols at third, so that way Tomei can play first. Marson has turned into a pumpkin lately. But otherwise does well against lefties, so we're going to have him. Let's move Sweeney down to the 9 spot. Yeah, I think that's our setup. Phillies have been selling like crazy. 36 and 77 this year. Ruben Amaro Jr. comes for us all. Gene Segura with a leadoff triple? Yes, indeed. Adam Dunn made to look a little bit foolish out there. Ooh, boy! Oh, he got nerfed. Wow! 253 strikeouts 2 years ago. And Trout will sacrifice him in. We'll see if Ryan Howard stays healthy in this save. Odds are not looking good. Jim Tomig takes a chance to tip his cap to the home fans. Pujols works the walk. Now bring up Cole Calhoun. Stultz deals to center field. That goes. Nix will make the grab. And now Roy Halladay. His first start in Philadelphia as a member of the visiting team. And Dustin Ackley works a leadoff single. Throw by Marson to try and catch him is late. Ackley 4 for 8 on steals. And the Phillies showing some life here against Halladay. Ackley manufactures that run. Ruiz scores. Halladay gets his pocket picked again, this time by Ruiz.
Strike 3.
Middlebrooks watches strike 3 go past. Nix. Flare to right. Calhoun. Yoink. Tied at 1s through 1. 2 aboard for Trout.
Strike 3.
Strikeout victim. Tomey now. Full count.
Strike 3.
Back-to-back Ks for Stultz. Pujols to right center field. That one is off the wall. Pujols holds at second. He'll cash 2 with this hit, though. And now Calhoun sends a liner to center field. Pujols sprints for home. He is in there standing up. Here's Marson. Works the walk. That is about all Marson is good for. His bat has basically gone poof lately. Fielding, though. Fielding, he's among the best. So that's why he's still in the lineup. Hill will pop this up behind third. Middlebrooks makes the grab. And now Halladay has the first 2 aboard. Line to left. Trout on the warning track will make the grab. One runner will tag. The dangerous Ryan Howard. 2-2 on the way.
Strike 3.
Strikeout victim. Halladay might crafty his way out of this. There's a dribbler back to the mound. Halliday completes the putout. Jerome Williams now brought into the game. Halliday with 2 aboard. Now Trey Turner looking on. Turner, first round selection back in 2013. Zoomed through the minors and is now up with the big club. And he'll pick up a hit here. Bases loaded for Jerome Williams.
Strike 3.
Can't get anything across. Ackley. Halliday gets the ground ball he needs. Inning over. Oh, Halliday's cruising. Sputtering a little bit. That's going to get action up in the Angels bullpen. Sean Burnett getting loose. Runners at the corners, nobody out for Lance Nix. Nix sends it deep to right field and out of here. Left Halliday in for a bit too long. Still doesn't have any outs. We're going to go to Burnett. Oops. And now an infield single. Pujols can't make the play. Infield is in here against Eric Kratz, pinch hitting for the pitcher spot.
Strike 3.
Finally a strikeout. Another pinch hitter, Carlos Alonso. Popped up to left. Trout is under it. Throw home is a good one, and Dunn is thrown out. Don't like. Get Robertson up. Hill grounds out for the first out in the top of the 9th. Alex Gordon checks in as a pinch hitter. Belted to deep right center field and gone! A pinch hit solo home run to hand the Angels back the lead. Okie dokie. David Robertson to try and deal with the 2-3-4. 1-run lead to protect. And Ruiz picks up his second hit of the day. Line drive to center field. Here's Ryan Howard. Squares to bunt and misses. Instead, he'll pop up to right field. Will Middlebrooks. Lined up the middle for a base hit. Could be first and second. Might be first and third. Throw by Sweeney is offline. Tying run standing at third for Lance Nix, who tied this game up in the 8th. Robertson deals a strikeout. Adam Dunn. Strikeout victim. Angels steal this one 5-4. One oopsie kept this from being a vintage Roy Halladay start. I mean, 13 hits. Yeah, he scattered a bunch. Wasn't pretty. Rusney's healthy again. We're just going to send him down. He'll get called up as soon as the rosters expand. My goal would be to finish the season this stream session. So we might need to pick up the pace a little bit. Angels pasted the Red Sox 22-3. Wow. Tim Hudson had a bad day at the office. Zach Stewart, not better. Albert Pujols with a home run hat trick to get the job done. Gordon and Hill joining in on the fun, too. To New York we go. The Yankees will be our hosts. Lance Lynn on the bump. Second and third, one out for Pujols. Chopper to short, Alexei Ramirez. And that'll be a productive out at least. Wild pitch scoots past the catcher. Giovanni Soto can't make the play. Tomei stuck on 19 home runs. He'll work the walk here. Here's Aaron Hill, the second baseman. Bouncer to short, inning over. Sacrificed by Cano. Hello, old friend Pedro Alvarez. Very high, very caught. Two-run shot by Peter Borges. Oh, of course it's him. Nothing says karma like scoring a run against your former team.
Strike three.
Ooh, very big strike there. Ump strike zone. Questionable. Soto attempts to bunt, and instead will hit his way aboard. Throw by Calhoun is late. All right. Oof. Lynn, Richards, and Burley absorbing that one. And that's why Lynn is not going to be a part of our postseason rotation. Tomei will play through it. Halladay got rimrocked in this one against Cleveland. We fight back to take a lead, but then blow that. Dotel suffers the loss. We should have won that one. Let's get to roster expansion. Brock Burke with a control potential up. Nice. Caleb Cowart. Might be pushed a little bit at AAA. Lance Lynn with a stuff up. Okay. Was expecting for better from him, but I won't say no. With roster expansion, we can finally bring back Descalso, Conger, Frazier, Rusney, Adrianza. Dotel deserves better than being our long relief man. I mean, he's not going to get his vesting option, that much I know. And Robertson has turned into a slam-the-door closer. Exactly what we needed. Pujols with a walk-off win over Oakland. Sweeney hasn't quite figured out the offense yet, but he's a stopgap. A 6-5 win. We walk it off courtesy of Jim Thome. Robertson blows the save, his second, but scoops the win. Cole Calhoun, fractured hand. Ay, ay, ay. Great. We've had Michael Conforto. Oh, right. 2013 draft. Do we call him up? Do we start the clock on his service time yet? Or do we go with... Let's go with Matt Long. Losing Calhoun for the postseason kind of stinks. I mean, he was having a rough season, but whatever. Poole's up to 30 home runs. Gordon's finally figuring out how to swing the bat. Thome still stuck on 19 home runs. He hasn't hit one. In almost 2 months. Hyunjin Ryu wants to win 20 games. Now I wish we hadn't traded away Bernardina. You know what? Let's go with Rusney Castillo for this one. Stay in Oakland. Clap, 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 clap. Oakland wearing their Friday yellows in this AL West tilt. Garza has walked 3 so far today. And Rusney beats out an infield single. Bases loaded, 1 out for Lou Marson. And he works an RBI walk. Segura. Fly ball to right. Might be deep enough. Reddick will catch, no tag. But a wild pitch will skitter away, and that will bring home the second run. Derek Norris can't find the handle on it. Alex Gordon to right field. Caught by Reddick. Here's Sir Didi. Popped up. Gordon will make the grab. Ryan Flaherty DHing.
Strike 3.
Strikeout victim. And now Jordan Danks. Bounce to first. Ryu strands 2 in scoring position. Through 2, Angels lead 2-0. Jim. Jim. It would be nice to get your bat going again.
Strike 3.
2 on, nobody out, both stranded. Ben Zobrist standing at first, or at second, for Cespedes. Ryu deals with a strikeout. Ryu with a little bit of reverse splits. I do like that. Runner at second for Ryan Flaherty. Popped up to center field. Easy play there for Sweeney. Jordan Danks standing at second with a leadoff double. Sacrifice to Hill. 1 away. Runner at third for Ben Zobrist. Play to pull. That's popped up. Curving foul. Pujols makes the grab. Three-one on the way to Cespedes. Drill to left center field. Sweeney able to bring it in, though. Jim Thome standing at second. Rusney Castillo lofts it to left. Playable. And Cespedes makes the grab. At this point, Ryu, 89 pitches. And it's lefty coming up. Let's get Jansen up just to be safe. Okay, we got a clean sheet, 7 innings from Ryu. We'll go KCJ for the 8th. I have a soft spot for him, what can I say? Another wild pitch that Derek Norris can't locate.
Strike 3.
Aaron Hill, grounded to third. Halladay, Hill, Jansen. Am I just rebuilding the Blue Jays in Anaheim? And Casey immediately gets into trouble. Great. Bounce it a second. That'll be a sacrifice hit. No doubles defense against Reddick. Chopper to second. They go home. Wow. Gutsy move there by Aaron Hill on a fielder's choice. Two-two on the way to Chris Carter. Called strike 3. And the Angels hold serve. 2-run shot by Rusney Castillo makes it 4-0. And I guess we'll go with Dotel. We do not need... Well, we'll keep Sean Burnett up in case this ends up in save territory, but So far, not looking like it. AJ Cole having himself a bad time. A worm burner by Trout. Induces a double play. Burnett sits down. Octavio Dotel in, and he will complete the game. 19 wins for Hyunjin Ryu. $24.6 million might be an underpay. There it is, win number 20. A glorious one. The only run for the Angels coming in the bottom of the ninth. Ryu then gave way to Burnett, who sealed the deal. Jared Weaver quietly sitting in top 3 in ERA. What a bounce back season he's having. A walk-off win against the Guardians, courtesy of a Hank Conger sac fly. And we've already clinched the division. Texas and Houston separated by a half game. Just one loss. The Rockies and Dodgers chasing down the Braves for the wild card as well. Are we going to get Calhoun back in time for the postseason? Probably not. Home finale coming up. Whoops. Zoom past it. I didn't realize which day we were on. Ryu picks up his 21st win of the season. This is a much different looking team than last year. Trout hasn't been himself. Pujols has been a better version of himself, to be fair. But we're a defensive team now. I guess. We're going to finish the season at Shea Stadium. At this point, just don't get anyone hurt. I think we've also clinched our top seed in the American League. Dotel goes off the bench in a spot starter role, gives us 4 innings. Brazier scoops the win. Burley a hold, Burnett the save. Yeah, we are not wasting a Hyunjin Ryu start today. Lance Lynn is absolutely getting the call. We're also not going to be putting Mike Trout in. Or Alex Gordon. Or Albert Pujols. It's going to be attack of the bench brigade here. Citi Field, Mets versus Angels. Mets second in the NL East. I think that means they're in the wild card spot. Matt Harvey, the Dark Knight, on the bump for the Mets. Lance Lynn gives up a home run to Steve Pearce. And the Mets lead 1-0. Matt Harvey mowing him down. Now gets into some trouble. Ryan Sweeney deep to right field. Caught. That'll be enough to tag up a runner, though. There's Galvis standing at third. You will note the road uniform says Anaheim. I made sure to go back to that version. They got Matt Dominguez playing shortstop. Interesting. I mean, he was the big get from that trade with the Padres. But you're not going to move David Wright off third. Or Adrian Gonzalez off first. Like, I can see why they've got Dominguez where he is. Speaking of Matt Harvey... he doinks a single to center field. Runners at the corners now for Lorenzo Cain. Strikeout victim. Here's Steve Pearce, 3-0. Grooves one up the line. Fair. Castillo will make the grab. We might be able to wriggle our way out of this one. Right to right field. Nope, we're not. Played on a hop by Grichuk. Or long, rather. Second and third, 2 down for Adrian Gonzalez. Strikeout victim. Let's go with Garrett Richards. I mean, credit where credit is due. Lynn gave us 7 innings of pretty good baseball. Now let's get Brazier up. Pinch hit in Danny D. Not like it matters. We get 1 hit by Matt Harvey and Chad Qualls. Oof. Ouch. That's what happens when you play your entire bench. Tempting as it would be for Halladay to stick around, I don't think that's going to happen. So here's the way your playoff structure shapes up. Angels will face the winner of Rangers versus Rays, Tigers and Blue Jays in the other ALDS. That's like the shortest possible commute for either of these teams, postseason opponent-wise. The Nationals will play the winner of Mets and Braves, an NL East rematch over there. Reds versus Giants. Let's see who we are going to be facing. The Rangers slam the door on the Rays 5-0. Rays make 3 errors and only get 4 hits. Errors from Joyce, Longoria, and Rodriguez. James Shields can't do anything. Ryan Vogelsong goes the complete game 4-hitter. Wow. 31,000 at the Trop, because of course they can't sell the place out. in the postseason. Mets and Braves. And the Braves absolutely clobber the Mets 12-3. Chris Medlin does not need to be doing much better than that. 10 strikeouts. All right, so Ryu, Weaver, Halliday, Wilson. That's pretty good. So with Calhoun injured still for another 1 to 2 weeks, we do need another outfielder. Can we put Rusney Castillo? Oh, that's going to be fun. Yeah, we have no backup outfielders. If one of them gets hurt, it's going to be Pujols moving to left. And Pujols had a fantastic year this year. Actually worth the $31 million. So Robertson struggled a little bit down the stretch, but he was still pretty spectacular overall. Burnett had a couple of sloppy saves to end the season, so his ERA peaks above 1. I still think we got a pretty good chance. Hey, Jim Thome managed to get his 20th home run of the season. At 656 career home runs. Jim Thome now sits only 4 behind Willie Mays. Alex Rodriguez still ahead of him. But he only played like part-time in Minnesota. That was one of the weirdest signings I've ever seen. Like they were putting Eugenio Suarez in front of Alex Rodriguez. I don't get it. So we got a trap series on our hands. Rangers played us pretty well in the regular season. But they also are not a good road team, and we are. And we are a good home team. Jays should be able to scoot past the Tigers in this one. Especially if Bautista's back to being healthy, and it looks like he is. The Mount Crushmore lineup coming to fruition. And they got Don Kelly from Philadelphia just before the deadline. Morneau, the hometown kid. Well, home country kid, I should say. Nats and Braves. Nationals were the best team in the National League in runs scored and against. You have to feel pretty comfortable with that. And Adam Jones absolutely raked against the Braves in his 35 at-bats. 20 hits, 3 home runs, 10 RBI. He'll fit in well. Okay, Justin Upton, corner outfielder, maybe move him to DH. The bat's there, the fielding, not so much. There's Freddie Freeman rounding into his peak form. Looks like he got a decent ARB buyout deal. Then we got Reds and Giants. Even year BS and Madison Bumgarner up against Joey Votto et al. Well, that'll wrap up this week for Saving Mike Trout. We did indeed win the division for the second straight year. Hyunjin Ryu, 21 wins. What is the team record, I wonder? Team record, Nolan Ryan or Clyde Wright. Back in the 70s. Ryu tied with Bartolo Colon for second on the leaderboard. Jared Weaver sits... did he not make the top 10? 2.64. Oh, he's just 11th. Ooh. Hyunjin Ryu does set the record for winning percentage, though. All right. And you will see me on Saturday with the Saturday Sovereigns. Been a while since I've checked in on that save. I do plan on doing so this time around. And then, if you're up early, like 5 a.m. Eastern, you can catch me on FTF Sports, broadcasting Pacific League Baseball. League redacted here in this universe, but you'll be able to spot me. Time is precious, folks. I'm grateful you've chosen to spend some of yours with me tonight. Postseason next week. Firage, take us out.